Serial killer Joe Naso did not go quietly today by any means when a Marin County judge sent him to death row. Naso committed murders in 4 counties from the late 70s to the early 90s, and Dan Noyes has been covering this case from the very start, and he's back now from San Rafael with the latest on this wild scene in court.
It really was. Well, Dan and Carolyn, Joe Naso continues to claim he didn't kill anyone, and he had no reaction to the death sentence he received today. It didn't seem to come as a shock to him. He was concerned about just 2 things: having his picture taken in a striped jail outfit instead of a suit, and the money he'll have to pay to the victims' families. Even before the hearing began, 79-year-old serial killer Joe Naso several times flipped off the audience of former jurors, victims' family members, and reporters who had covered the case from the start. And when the judge gave him one last chance to speak before receiving the death sentence, Naso only complained about having to pay his victims' families. He said he should get restitution for being charged.
He had absolutely no remorse for what he did. And the judge did an excellent job in summarizing just who he is.
Judge Andrew Sweet called Naso evil, one of those people who make us worry about our kids walking to school, who make us lock our doors at night. He gave Naso death sentences for each of 3 victims: Carmen Colon in Contra Costa County, Pam Parsons and Tracy Tafoya in Yuba County. The judge also said the murders of Roxine Rogash and Sharia Patton in Marin and Sarah Dillon in Nevada County by Naso played a role in his decision. Several of the victims' children spoke in court. Shane Ashby is Roxine Rogash's son.
You said to Naso, "I hope that you live to be 110. Why did you say that?
Well, I'd kind of like him to sit there and suffer just as long as the families suffered without having any closure.
The case broke open 3 years ago with a probation search of Naso's Reno home. Along with guns, officers found this bizarre collection of mannequins to which Naso applied makeup and dressed in lingerie. They also found what prosecutors called a rape diary and the list of 10, the places where he apparently dumped his victims. Carmen Colon's daughters disagreed at the hearing today. One wanted the death penalty. The other, Rachel Smith, asked the judge to give Naso life in prison.
But as he was giving the death penalty, the judge was giving the death penalty, you were nodding. Yes. So explain your feelings to me.
If it makes my sister feel better and come to terms with what's happened, then go ahead and do that, if that's going to make her better.
But it was a very emotional time for you.
Naso will be transferred to San Quentin within the next 10 days under court order, where he'll stay until his automatic appeal is heard. That could be a long time. The victims' families now have to tell the court what out-of-pocket expenses they've incurred because of the murders, and there will be another hearing to set the amount Naso will have to pay. Prosecutors said he had more than $1 million in assets at the time of his arrest. Dan, Carolyn.
So bizarre.
Yeah, it really
reaction
is.
today.
A bizarre ending to a long, hard hearing.